Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another stream. I hope you guys are all hanging in there right now for Bitcoin. You guys clearly see Bitcoin, okay, is in fact back down at that, that support level of $26,000. The grayscale pump is officially wiped out. Okay, so we saw Bitcoin and, of course, pretty much the entire crypto market having a pump about 2 days ago because of Grayscale, pretty much, right? Grayscale won, the lawsuit against the SEC, and that's why we saw Bitcoin absolutely pumping and pretty much the entire crypto market pumping. And you guys can see pretty much 2 days later, all that is pretty much wiped out. Okay, so in today's stream, I obviously want to give you guys an update what's happening with Bitcoin right now, because we are in fact seeing Bitcoin having a drop back down to its previous level of $26,000. So why, right? What is happening with Bitcoin right now? So I hope you guys are all, still hanging in there right now for Bitcoin. I hope you guys are all genuinely, doing well. But yeah, let's get started. So Bitcoin right now is holding strong at $26,000 once again. You guys clearly see when we had that grayscale pump, it's completely wiped out now. Okay, so you guys clearly see Bitcoin is now back down at $26,000. And when I saw this right early this morning, I actually bought more Bitcoin. Believe it or not, right? I took this as an opportunity to buy more Bitcoin. Okay, because I know, okay, long term, Bitcoin is eventually going to, enter the next bull run. We know that, right? So in the next upcoming few years, guys, and this is why I still remain bullish for Bitcoin and why we should really start accumulating as much Bitcoin as we possibly can right now. Because yes, you can say, and a lot of people are in fact saying this, that Bitcoin is sort of boring right now, right? The crypto market right now is not really moving. We're not seeing much momentum, right? Ever since, but obviously, 2 days ago, we did in fact see some momentum, okay, in Bitcoin and crypto because Grayscale obviously pumped it, right? Winning that lawsuit against the SEC. But obviously that completely wiped out. So yes, I'm obviously going to talk about why Bitcoin is in fact all of a sudden back down at $26,000, back down to its previous level, right? The support level $26,000. Even before the Grayscale pump, you guys clearly see we know Bitcoin has in fact been consolidating at this level of $26,000. Then we had that pump, and that's completely wiped back down. And now you guys clearly see Bitcoin is now back down at this level. Why? Well, I'm gonna get into that. But Bitcoin is still holding strong right now. The market right now is still obviously dropping, since Bitcoin is obviously dropping as well. So you guys clearly see overall the market is down over 3%, 3.3%, and the global crypto market cap's currently at 1.05 trillion. So it's still above 1 trillion. So that's always great to see, as usual. And you guys clearly see for the past 24 hours, Bitcoin was down over 4%. Ethereum is now back down at $1,600. It's down 3.7%, close to Bitcoins. And you guys clearly see XRP, Cardano, Dogecoin, Solana, you name it, Polkadot, Polygon, Litecoin, Shiba Inu, Avalanche, even Chainlink is slightly down as well. A fair few altcoins for the past 24 hours are in fact having a drop, which is obviously to be expected, right? So I'm not really gonna, talk about the crypto market today, but there is in fact a fair few things I really want to show you guys, right? So you guys clearly see obviously the Fingrid index is now back down at fear mode. Yesterday we saw that neutral. Today is now back down at fear mode, right? So it's currently at 40, and this is obviously to be expected, right? It seems like a lot of investors are sort of feeling fearful once again for Bitcoin, and this is the main reason, guys. Okay, this is the main reason why we are in fact seeing Bitcoin having this drop today, right back down to its previous level of $26,000. Pretty much, the SEC delays more spot ETF decisions, right? So, it seems like the SEC is in fact delaying, okay, all these Bitcoin spot ETFs. Okay, they are in fact continuing to delay it. So it seems like Gary Gensler, okay, it's not gonna give it to us too easily, right? For all the Bitcoiners out there, all the Bitcoin holders out there, we all want, right, these companies and of course these big institutions like BlackRock, Invesco, Vanguard, Fidelity, right, you name it, right, all these different companies to be with their Bitcoin spot ETFs to be approved, right, by the SEC. But it seems like the SEC slash Gary Gensler obviously is not gonna give it to us too easily, right? Because it seems like he keeps delaying, these applications and these decisions, right? So that's why, guys, we aren't seeing Bitcoin, and not just Bitcoin, but also Ethereum and your favorite altcoins having a drop after the SEC delays ETF decisions. Okay, so they are continuing to delay it, but I'm telling you right now, soon enough, they can't keep delaying it, right? There's a lot of deadlines. Okay, and I talked about this a fair few times in my previous videos, and of course in my previous stream. All these different deadlines, right? You guys clearly see there is in fact a first deadline, a second deadline, a third deadline, and a final deadline. The final deadlines for majority of them is around March next year in 2024. So March next year in 2024 is going to be the final deadline, right? So no matter what happens, guys, okay, the SEC has to do something, right? And I have a really good feeling that a lot of them, right, like you guys understand, if one Bitcoin spot ETF gets approved, then you have to really think about it. Pretty much all of them are going to get approved, right? Pretty much. So if you guys really think about it, okay, eventually, right, they can keep delaying these applications for these spot Bitcoin ETF spots. Soon enough, they have to come up with some type of way to actually approve it, right? So it says here the SEC has to comment on 7 Bitcoin spot ETF applications before the end of this week. After losing the court battle against Grayscale, which obviously happened a few days ago, we know that. Do you think we'll get an ETF approval this week? And I don't think we will get one this week. Okay, sad to say, I know, but I don't think we will in fact get one this week. But understand there is in fact a fair few deadlines coming up, okay, for you guys to clearly see for next month as well, for October, right? So if we don't see one for this month, then we might actually see one maybe next month in October, but we will see, guys, okay? I don't want to say too much. And then of course January and then March next year, right? Those are in fact the deadlines, but they can't continue to keep delaying these, guys, right? And also someone just says here, and this is I totally agree with this, what this person has said. So the SEC delayed all the Bitcoin spot ETF applications after the loss in court. They need a strong case to deny them, and they clearly do not have it yet. And that is very, very true. Patience is the name of the game. All this does is give us more time to accumulate, and that is very, very true, right? I totally agree with what this person has to say, right? It obviously gives us more time to accumulate into Bitcoin. And guess what? I'm actually glad Bitcoin did in fact drop back down to this level of $26,000, back down to its previous support level, right? And that's why early this morning when I woke up, okay, and I saw this, I took this as an opportunity and I just quickly bought into Bitcoin, right? I bought more early this morning, guys. Like literally as soon as I woke up, right, I get on my phone, I look at the chart for Bitcoin and I saw this, I bought. Okay, personally, I bought Bitcoin, guys. Okay, and I hope you guys at least buying and stacking and investing, and of course, most importantly, DCAing into Bitcoin right now. Okay, because we all should be doing that right now. And of course, a disclaimer: this is obviously not financial advice, so always do your own research, right? But we all should be at least DCAing into Bitcoin right now. This is the perfect time to do that, guys, right? I've been telling us that many, many times that right now, at this very moment, is the biggest opportunity to buy as much Bitcoin as you possibly can, okay? Because right now is obviously, the perfect time to do all that, right? It really, really is. We are still in bear conditions. Bitcoin is still nowhere near back up to its previous all-time highs. So if you really think about it, right, it's still a great time to do that. And time is ticking, you know what I mean? Like we are in fact about to enter, the next bull market. We know Bitcoin is about to enter the next bull run. And of course, we know the Bitcoin halving event, most importantly, is about to happen. And we know what that means, right? A bull run is in fact about to happen for Bitcoin, not just Bitcoin, but altcoins. Alt season is right around the corner as well, meaning we're going to see altcoins pump like crazy as well, not just Bitcoin. Understand, guys, altcoins are going to absolutely skyrocket very, very soon. So time is ticking. We don't have a lot of time left, right? And the next upcoming few years, of course, 2024 and of course 2025, throughout that year, Bitcoin and your favorite altcoins are going to perform very, very well, okay? we are in fact about to enter the next bull market. So take this time right now and this opportunity to buy as much Bitcoin and your favorite altcoins right now, okay? Because it's the perfect time to do that. And I'm gonna talk more about that later on in the stream. But yeah, that's that. Now, of course, Bitcoin right now is still moving on its side. Okay, like I said, Bitcoin is now back down to its previous support level of $26,000. And obviously, if Bitcoin breaks the support, then clearly, yes, it's going to drop further down to the downside to 25, to 24, to 23, maybe even lower. But I don't see Bitcoin dropping back down to like 20K or below 20K, right? I've been mentioning that many times, and I still believe that's not going to happen for Bitcoin. So you guys clearly see this chart right here. This is the first chart that I really want to show you guys. Bitcoin moving on its side, right? Moving sideways, pretty much, consolidating, not much movement. But you guys understand, every time this happens, a massive bull run does in fact happen. So understand, guys, you guys clearly see back in 2015 and throughout mid 2016 as well, Bitcoin was pretty much moving on its side, right? And then of course, throughout 2016, end of 2016, of course, 2017, that's when we really saw Bitcoin pump. Okay, and I felt like 2017, when we saw Bitcoin absolutely pumping, that was like the year where everyone really started to talk more about Bitcoin and actually got into Bitcoin, like actually investing into it, right? And then, of course, 2018 to 2019, that's when we entered the next bear market. And then, of course, once again, it moved on the side, right? Went sideways. And then, of course, a massive bull run happened once again in 2021, right? We know what happened with Bitcoin in 2021. Okay, our most previous bull market, and then of course out of that we enter the next bear market, and then right now Bitcoin is in fact moving on its side, right? It's moving sideways, meaning another bull run is in fact about to happen for Bitcoin, right? So clearly this chart does in fact show you guys that, and history doesn't 100% repeat itself, but it rhymes. Okay, you guys can clearly see that it literally rhymes. Okay, it's always a 4-year cycle, guys, right? So it's looking pretty bullish for Bitcoin. And yes, okay, we know every single time we enter, the next bull cycle, the next, bull market, a new bull market, Bitcoin always tends to reach a new all-time high. So understand, guys, Bitcoin is going to easily surpass its previous all-time highs back in 2021, which was around $68,000, close to 70K, right? We know that. So we do know, and we will know, that Bitcoin will officially, surpass this previous all-time high and of course reach a new all-time high in the next, bull market. Of course, 2025 is obviously going to be an amazing year for Bitcoin and crypto. So it says here $150,000 to 200K for Bitcoin. Very, very possible, yes. But a lot of people out there are in fact predicting that Bitcoin can actually go way higher than $200,000 per coin. Okay, and I think that is very, very possible. Okay, but we will see, guys. Okay, but I know the next, bull market is going to be so different compared to, our previous bull markets that we have, in fact, been seeing for Bitcoin, right? And the reason why I say this is because a lot more companies and institutions, and of course, newer investors are in fact coming into the space, guys. So understand, not billions, but trillions of dollars will be poured into the crypto market. Right, please understand this, guys. So I really do believe, in the next bull market, it's going to be so different compared to, our previous bull markets that we have, in fact, been seeing for Bitcoin. This time, okay, it's going to be completely different. 2025, it's going to be absolutely amazing for Bitcoin, right? So that's that. Then, of course, 2026 and 2027, we're going to see Bitcoin drop. And then, of course, 2028 and, of course, 2029, that's when we're going to enter, the next bull market. So it's just a whole cycle, guys, right? Bitcoin pretty much every 4 years, all-time highs, right? So we know we have pretty much 1 bad year and 3 good years, and it's just going to continue on from there on, right? It seems like for Bitcoin. Okay, so it's looking pretty good for Bitcoin, guys, and this is why I always stay, bullish for Bitcoin, right? I always remain bullish for Bitcoin no matter what, because I know, the cycle for Bitcoin is always pretty much the same. Right, it really is. It just happens pretty much every 4 years, right? Like I said, 1 bad year and pretty much 3 good years. So that's that. So BlackRock will ensure that a spot Bitcoin ETF is coming. The question is not if, but when. So no matter what, like this is actually going to happen. Okay. And understand, guys, once the SEC actually approves once Bitcoin spot ETF, then pretty much the rest is going to be approved, right? That's why I always tell you guys that trillions are going to be poured into Bitcoin, right? And not just Bitcoin, but just crypto in general. So understand, guys, BlackRock is actually buying Bitcoin. Like, we know that, you know what I mean? Like, BlackRock is secretly, they don't want you to know this for some reason, right? A lot of people are in fact saying this, that BlackRock, especially, like Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, he does not want people to know that they are obviously buying into Bitcoin, but they are, obviously, you know what I mean? But for some reason, I feel like they don't want a lot of people to know this, but they secretly are in fact buying Bitcoin, guys. Okay, and just to clarify, BlackRock, right? And of course, I think, back in, like, let's just say 2018, a couple of years back, 5 years ago, he didn't want to do anything or be involved with Bitcoin or crypto, right? And now, literally a couple of years later, he understands the technology where Bitcoin is heading, and that's why, okay, they are in fact buying Bitcoin, right? Getting into the space of crypto, because I understand where this technology and why they need it for the future, guys. Okay, so that's why I always tell you guys, a lot of these companies and institutions will be a part of Bitcoin and crypto. Okay, and we're already in fact seeing that right now. So I know the next bull market's going to be absolutely amazing for Bitcoin and crypto, 100%. But yes, we know it's a new month right now. Okay, for me, it's September. For you guys, it's probably the last day of August. But for me, it is in fact September, the first day of September. And we know, okay, that September, usually Bitcoin does not perform that great. Literally 6 years in a row. So from 2022 to 2017, okay, from 2017 to 2022, 6 years straight, the month of September, you guys clearly see, Bitcoin has not been performing great for that month at all. So this year for 2023, right, this year for September, I'm not expecting Bitcoin to perform that great, right? I'm really not. I mean, things could switch up and we might actually see for the first time in 6 years, Bitcoin actually perform, genuinely well for this month of September. But honestly, guys, I don't know about that, right? I have a feeling, I have a gut feeling that September this year for 2023, we might actually see Bitcoin not perform that great, meaning we might actually see Bitcoin drop further down to the downside, or it might just continue to consolidate at this level of $26,000. Okay, we will see. But that's that, guys. So yes, okay, September, we will see what's going to happen with Bitcoin, but I'm not expecting too much for this month. But next month in October, I'm expecting Bitcoin to really pump, because usually October, you guys can see Bitcoin actually performs pretty well in the month of October. So next month in October, I'm expecting Bitcoin to perform pretty decently at least. But for this month, I'm not expecting anything too big for Bitcoin. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Okay, so that's that. Now let's talk about dollar cost averaging. You guys can clearly see 4Bs. Time to start dollar cost averaging in Bitcoin. Okay, I've been talking about this many times. You guys know that. If you guys have in fact been watching my videos, I've been talking about buying into Bitcoin and dollar cost averaging and whatnot. And I really want you guys to understand that right now is the perfect time to, really do all this. Understand we are pretty much still in a bear market. We're still in bear conditions, right? We're not seeing Bitcoin, absolutely skyrocketing back up to its previous all-time highs just yet. It's not even halfway there yet. So understand, Bitcoin is still a great buy right now. It's still low. It's still dirt cheap, in my opinion. It's still undervalued. So right now, we're still in the buy zone. Okay, we are still in the accumulation phase right now. So we all should be at least investing, stacking into Bitcoin, buying into Bitcoin, and of course, most importantly, DCAing into Bitcoin right now, guys. Okay, this is time to start dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin, right? And every single time, okay, if you see a opportunity in the market, right, take it. Okay, so when you see the market dropping, when you see your favorite asset dropping as well, buy, right? Take that as an opportunity to buy. And that's why I told you guys, okay, a couple of minutes ago early in the stream that, earlier this morning when I woke up, I saw the Bitcoin price and it was collapsing back down to $26,000. And when I saw that, I immediately, without second thought, bought more Bitcoin. Okay. So I'm taking every opportunity I can for Bitcoin to buy as much as humanly possible, guys. Okay. Right now, yes, I'm buying as much Bitcoin as I possibly can. I'm not going to miss this opportunity, right? I'm really not. So right now, personally, and I know a lot of you guys are in fact, buying a lot of Bitcoin right now, which is great, okay, because we all should be doing that. This is the perfect time to do that, guys, okay? We know the Bitcoin halving is about to happen, okay? A lot of these institutions and companies with the Bitcoin spot ETFs, they will be, approved eventually, right, by the SEC. So, and obviously if that happens, we're going to see Bitcoin pump like crazy, right? We know that. And of course, we know we are in fact about to enter the next bull market. So understand, guys, the future is really bright for Bitcoin and crypto, right? It may seem boring right now, okay? Not much movements and momentum is happening for crypto and Bitcoin, but understand in the next upcoming few years, of course, 2024 and of course 2025, is going to be some amazing times for Bitcoin and crypto. So if you really think about it, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, guys. And I really want to show you guys this, the Bitcoin rainbow chart. And this chart pretty much just shows you guys when to pretty much take your profits, like sell, and of course buy to be greedy. And you guys clearly see right now, if I just zoom in here, you guys clearly see it's indicating that we are still in the buy zone, right? So we're in this like light blue area, and that's indicating that we are in fact in a buy area. So we are still in the buy zone, guys, right? And this is why we should be, stacking into Bitcoin, DCAing into Bitcoin and whatnot, right? So that's that. Okay. And if you really look at a lot of these prices for your favorite altcoins, right? If you actually go to crypto market cap, right, CMC, and you look at these prices for a lot of these, altcoins, and of course including Bitcoin, they are still so cheap, like compared to where they were back in, the previous bull markets back in 2021 to where they are now. They are so cheap, right? I'll talk about this a lot, guys, okay? I know, but I feel like it's very important, okay? Because right now is still the perfect time to DCA into Bitcoin and crypto, right? It really is. A lot of these altcoins are still dirt cheap. They are nowhere near back to, where they were back in 2021, the previous all-time highs. And I told you guys, like, not all of these altcoins, but some of them, majority of them, they will most likely, potentially, right? There is potential into this that they will potentially reach back up to the previous all-time highs and of course reach a new all-time high in the next bull market, right? It is in fact possible. It's very possible, all right? Not all of them. Okay, I'm not going to name any of them, right? But I know that some of these, majority of them, will at least go back up to its previous all-time highs and of course reach a new all-time high. Okay, so you can easily double your money here, and then it's understandable why people are in fact investing into altcoins, not really into Bitcoin. But understand, guys, you need Bitcoin in your portfolio. You're going to need some Bitcoin. The dominance for Bitcoin overtakes everything else. Obviously, we know that, right? You guys can clearly see the dominance for Bitcoin is coming at 48.4%, and Ethereum is just below it, obviously at 18.9%. So if you really need it, if you really think about it, you're going to need some Bitcoin in your portfolio. Okay, and that's why, guys, when I'm investing into crypto, I don't invest into like some random altcoin that I really don't know about, right? I have to really just do my own research to understand what the altcoin is doing. Okay, like what's the purpose behind it? What's its utility? What's the technology behind it, right? And that's why, guys, like when I'm investing into cryptocurrency, I mainly just stick with the basics, and that's just Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? I don't really invest into much into like other altcoins, like lower cap altcoins. But I do. Okay, you guys know that, right? Like I obviously invest into like XRP, Cardano, Solana, a little bit of Dogecoin. Okay, Polkadot is also another great one. Polygon. There's Litecoin. There's Avalanche, but I haven't invested into Avalanche yet. I did before, but I took all my profits and I haven't bought back since. So I might actually go ahead and buy some more. We'll see. And Chainlink, right? You guys know Chainlink. I'm a huge fan of Chainlink. I'm stacking a whole bunch of Chainlink. You guys know Chainlink is literally one of my favorite altcoins that I'm really heavily investing into, right? Because I like what they're doing. I like their technology, and I feel like Chainlink is always upgrading, right? They're always, doing something better, and I like about that. And obviously, we know Chainlink is the biggest Oracle network out there. And that's what I like about Chainlink, right? It's great. And yeah, that's about it. That's the fair few altcoins that I am in fact investing in. But Bitcoin is my most heaviest investment ever, and my biggest holdings obviously, and then of course Ethereum, right? We can't forget about Ethereum. So yeah, I bought more Bitcoin early this morning, and I hope you guys are in fact buying more Bitcoin as well, because right now is the perfect time to DCA at least into Bitcoin. Okay, it really, really is, and I hope you guys are in fact doing that. And obviously, this is not financial advice, so always, do your own research. But yeah, Bitcoin is still holding strong at this level, $26,000. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much it for tonight's stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys haven't seen my most previous video today that I literally just uploaded like a couple of minutes ago, you should definitely check it out. Okay, definitely check out that video. But that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Just stay calm. Okay, I know Bitcoin is a fact back down at $26,000. Don't need to be spooked out by this, right? This is the time right now to really just be greedy, in my opinion, right? Everyone else is fearful right now. Okay, like I showed you guys, the Fin Greedy Index is in fact fear. Yesterday was at neutral, right? So it felt like investors were sort of in the middle, but today it's obviously back down in fear mode, right? But I'm telling you guys right now, do not be spooked out by what's happening with Bitcoin today with this drop back down at $26,000. Take this as an opportunity to buy more, to DCA, right? More. But that's that. Hope you guys have a good day or night, whatever time it is, wherever you are. I hope you guys are all doing well, and I'll catch you guys all in my next video. Have a good one, guys.